person has been apprehended and they have someone under arrest, detained. Not sure if that's the only person, but for right now, that's enough for us to start with to get some type of answers leading us towards what actually occurred, what happened, maybe even why it happened, and some type of justice. It's justice not just for Ashanti, but for us that is the key. But it's justice for anyone else who maybe is out there that he has been a victim of his, or anyone else who this may be a key in leading them towards some type of closure and apprehension and justice for those loved ones, as well as the community down here to rest a little easier, be safer, sleep better, knowing that this person is on the streets wondering what's going to happen next if someone else is their next victim in their family. We still have a lot of answers that we're looking for. We're concerned. We're concerned for the safety on the naval base here. We're concerned for the safety in the community. If this was allowed to occur on a naval base, it can happen anywhere. If anything, you expect someone to be safe in a military area, especially in the installation. And in this case, I feel that, well, we're concerned. We're concerned for the safety of all the soldiers, the civilians, the dependents, everyone in this area, as well as on the installations down here.
First and foremost, I'm staying firm on what I believed out throughout this whole ordeal, that God is a provider. I mean, God is going to do, as He said He's going to do. Grateful. I am grateful that we're right where we're at right now. I mean, we have a little bit more to, the race is not over. We still have justice to be served. But we want to just thank everybody for your love and support that you've shown us and our daughter. Because without you guys being willing to just open up every avenue to assist us in coming to a resolution. We're yet not at the complete resolution, but we're close to that. Once again, yeah, we do have some concerns. We do have some concerns about the base. As far as the security, the biggest thing for me is I go back to one of the conversations that Ashanti and I had was, Dad, the reason why I'm working on base was because I'll never be able to join the military because I have seizures. So this is my way of giving back to not only this country, but by me serving the soldiers. And that was the reason why I was like, okay, hey, it's cool. Being veterans, ourselves. We were like, hey, our daughter was in it's a safe environment, and that was our thing. We really felt comfortable with our daughter being on that base because we saw it as a safe environment. Unfortunately, it wasn't as safe as we thought. But once again, we just want to definitely thank everybody. Thank you guys for keeping us alive, keeping us just constantly on the news. Once again, it's bigger than Ashanti. It's our desire to find other, give resolution to some other families who don't have answers. And I say this part here, just as Mr. Brown, we got you. Everybody that's out there that's doing this, we're gonna come and get you. We're gonna get you. So if you continue to live this lifestyle, promise you, we're out to get you.
And for us, it doesn't stop here. We have the Ashanti Foundation, which we are in the midst of setting up. It should be up and running, hopefully online by the end of the month. It's to help families in this case, because when we came down here, we didn't know who to turn to. We want to be able to be a central focal point for parents, families, loved ones who have someone in a similar situation to be able to come to us. Hey, how do I get started? What do I do? How can I move forward? I'm stuck here. Because it's not a black issue. It's not a white issue. It's not red or brown. It's a person issue. This affects all of us. And we want to be able to tie all that in together so we can all come together and work as one. Because unfortunately, right now, the political climate that we have isn't conducive to that. And we want to make sure that we are helping to do something to make it better for everyone involved. Because no one should have to go through this. No one at all. It is. It's a nightmare. Ashanti's 4'11". She's small. She's very little. And to think that someone of that size, or just a person period, would assault her, it's disturbing. I feel like he preyed on her. And then I go back to the young lady and her daughter missing as well. She's about the same size as Ashanti. Was she preyed upon as well because of her size? Is there some type of similarity between the two. Is something linking the two together? I don't know. But I feel like that's something that should be addressed and looked into further, especially now at this point you have someone in custody.
Definitely, because as you read, you find a sense of premeditated. That he was coming into the Olympics. At that point in time, there should have been a red flag for someone. To know that this gentleman was showing up daily at Blimpies. And my question was he buying something? Was he buying something every day? So that it was premeditated. It was premeditated. He mapped out, he scoped it out. That this was his plan. Me myself, I truly believe this is not a first. This is not a first. But I'm grateful to have him off the streets, so this won't happen to nobody else. We, as far as parents, we have done our job. We've done our job to have the person that did this as our daughter in capture.
We're thankful to the FBI, NCIS, local Norfolk and Virginia Beach police departments for what they did do. We feel like it's moving forward. If I have to be honest with myself, I would say this has moved fast. It's moved rapidly. Could it have moved faster? Yes. But did it move at a rapid pace? Yeah, it moved a lot faster than a lot of other cases have. So we feel good, I think I can say, with some of the things and where we're at right now. But now it's time to really get down to the details. What happened? How did it happen? Why did it happen? How was it allowed to happen?
And as veterans, it's like a brotherhood, a sisterhood. You're supposed to watch out for one another, another veteran.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. We like I say, all the W's have an answer. It's the H, the how, is what we're looking for. That really, to know that it was a veteran, a retired veteran, that was very heart-wrenching. We knew from the initial that the base, the base was involved in somehow. Not saying the base itself, but there was either a soldier or, because once again, you have to have an ID card to be on the base. And that time of morning, I don't think a civilian is just gonna, find their way to seek their way to sneak up on base that time of morning. So we definitely knew that it was someone of military background to do this, and to continue to ask the questions. How is it that this guy was able to roam around base? We understand that, yeah, you have an ID card and it allows you to be on base, but who was patrolling? Who was doing these security measures? To make sure that, hey, here's this guy who's on base and he doesn't really have a reason to be there. Yeah, you got a card and that card allowed you, entitled you to be on base, but you didn't have housing. You didn't have those things that would say this is the reason why I'm on base. You're retired. You should have had a home outside of base. There's concerns about the patrol. Are you guys out there looking? This gentleman has been on base, for these days. Y'all pretty much scanned his ID card to come in, and on these different days, and he left and came back, questions, questions.
Someone that you have been searching for and looking for. What's that like?
Never actually pictured what they look like. To see it, like an animal. I don't even see a person when I look at him. I see an animal.
My concerns are a little bit different, because I had questions. When you look at that video, in my appearance, the person that was in that video was of a lighter. To see that it was a dark person, I mean, it made me question: is there somebody else involved? To see his face, to see this guy as a father who served and once again provided freedom for this country. I felt helpless to know that this gentleman took advantage of my daughter. I wasn't there for my daughter. I knew my daughter probably had cried out for her father, because I've always been there. Not taking anything from her mom, but she's always known that, hey, Dad's he's the go-to guy. It was my job to be there. When she came in encounter, fell short on that. I fell short on that. But my job is now to get resolution for her. You know, I wasn't able to be there for her in the beginning, but I will be here to make sure that you know, for that solid end. That's our job.
What do you make of his claim that he doesn't remember anything for several days?
I personally don't believe it. I don't believe it. He had enough conscience to do everything else around there, to Google searches beyond that, to drive to Charlotte, to drive back, park the vehicle, to start walking around looking for things. No, I don't believe it. It's an excuse. We're both veterans. There's nothing he can say that he's been through that we haven't been through. One of us, or two of us at least, have been through. So I fail to believe it. I think he's just using it as a cover-up.
No belief in that. My man, you were strategic in Googling, and you knew where your home was. You knew how to take her back down to North Carolina. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. You can't tell me that you blacked out. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And with me saying that, show me a history that you blacked out. Show me that throughout your Navy career that you went and got seen because you had these issues of blacking out. You don't sell me that.
And if
Don't
you
sell
did
me
have
that.
a history of it, why were you working on base? How were you able to get clearance to work with the contracting company on base if you have this mental history? So no, we fail to believe it. It's false.
Yeah, definitely. And my thing is, someone said something about the PTSD or whatever. There, look here. I'm not giving you no type of op for you to try to do a insanity plea or a crazy plea. I'm not looking for none of that. That's not gonna. That's where you're trying to gear your way to. It's not gonna work. It's not going to work. You know exactly what you were doing. You preyed upon an innocent young lady who happened to be my child. And that was the biggest mistake that you made. Promise you.
Put into words what this, from the time that we first spoke all the way to now, what this is about.
It's something you're not supposed to go through. It's something no parent should go through at all. You see it on TV. There's something of drama or the movies made out. It's not real life. It's not our reality, but unfortunately we're having to live it as if it is. It's terrifying.
It's no description. It's no description. You cannot, I cannot sit here and explain to you the worst day of my life. And that would not even equate to what this has been. To know that you have birthed a child and you have, raised her just as the Bible say, to do the right things. And I mean, you talk and you're instilling, hey, be safe, be careful, save yourself for marriage, doing all these things. And here it is, someone who decides to invoke his will on her. He's taking all that from her, and he's taking that from us. You've taken the steps to walk down the aisle on the wedding day. You've taken away grandchildren. You've taken away a future. My daughter who had she had great plans to be somebody positive in this community. You took that. You could have taken it, and I look at the picture, yes, she talked about being a culinary, but you have taken someone who had a desire to save someone else's life. And that's unacceptable. That is unacceptable. That is unacceptable. I go back to it. You're a human, I understand that. But you're a soldier. We're trained. We're geared up to different regulations and respect. You're trained differently. Your job is to protect this country, to protect every life. And you took the freedom of my child. You took her life. And it's unacceptable. Highly unacceptable.
I associate this area, even through all the great things
in this case, it's an abduction here. They've got the murder charge in North Carolina. The only way that can happen is if she was killed in North Carolina. What's that like to know that she was alive for those hours?
Well, right now we're not sure exactly of the location of her death. The kidnapping charge that the FBI has, the federal charge, is an umbrella, and it can also cover murder charges as well. By her body being found in North Carolina, I believe that's where the murder charge came from. But as of right now, we're not sure the exact location of her death. Exactly. Can't pinpoint that. They're not giving that information. I don't know where they have it.
Yeah, and for me, I mean, I understand the kidnapping, the murder charge, but there's more charges. You know, what about human trafficking? We crossed the line. We took her from one state to another state. You know, we're talking about sexual assault. You know, we're talking about abuse. You know, so I understand that we have these two charges, but there are more charges that, to me, that is written to this guy. You know, and for me, I'm looking to stack every charge that we can put on him. You know, I'm not going to accept just the murder charge or the kidnapping. You did more than just murder and kidnap. You did a lot. You did a lot. So we're pushing for the utmost and the highest. I mean, for me, and some folks have reached out to me and said, well, what is your take on this? You're standing firm on God, and what is your take? Me myself, I believe in God. I trust God. I have faith. My belief right now is I want your life. I won't allow God to deal with you, but I want your life. I want His life. That's where I'm at.
Years from now, you know, when people really know Ashanti
Her generosity, her playfulness, her goofiness, who she was, always helping somebody. There was a time we were in Walmart at home, and a gentleman, he passed out with sugar level. He's diabetic, and she rushed over there. I was with her. We rushed over there to help him, you know, trying to call 911 and stay with him until then. So just who she was as a person, that's Ashanti. No one has anything negative to say about her, and that's what we want to remember.
For me, simply put it, it's the rainbow after the storm. That's who Ashanti was. The rainbow after the storm. We look for that rainbow. And that's what I want you guys to remember her. The rainbow after the storm. Because we had to go through a storm in order for this rainbow to come out.
And may I ask, I'm sorry to take you back here, but a couple follow-ups. The first one being, the court documents don't explicitly say that she was sexually assaulted, but is it your understanding because of the state of undress that may have been what happened?
Absolutely. I don't think, because however you look at it, once you remove articles of clothing and it reveals a sexual part, that's sexual assault. So if you took off the underwear, was by her head or whatever, yeah, that's what it is.
And did she ever talk about anybody bothering her in that way? And how do you feel about this implication that she may have been targeted because of her race? The man saying that he didn't like African American women and things of that nature.
First and foremost, one of the things about our daughter, as far as her mentioning to us, we taught her to handle things at your level. If it exceeds you, then definitely you know who to come to. So at that point in time, she never mentioned it to either one of us, because at that point in time, we all can become complacent and think that, hey, we're good. And when, like I said, once again, we go back to the base. I'm in a safe environment, so hey, I got these. There's watchful eyes. Now the thing feeling that she was targeted because of her race, that's crazy. That's sloppy. It's sloppy. I mean, that's your belief. That's crazy. That's crazy. A life is a life. That's not your reason to do, to press your will on somebody just because you don't like them. If you don't like them, don't deal with them. Don't deal with them.
Is there anything that you'd like to add about where we are now and where we're going forward with?
Just moving forward with the investigation, what else is going to come out? What hasn't been revealed yet? Is there anyone else that's involved in it? Just moving forward from that point, has he been involved in any other crimes in the area? So that's where we are right now. It's going to move forward with as much information and as fast and as thorough as possible.
Are you
so much. It's so much. Out of all this, I'll keep referring back to just honestly thanking everybody. We didn't get here by ourselves. One of the biggest persons I really, of course, Miss Kimberly Winbush has been great and awesome. And I had to reflect. Miss Regina Mobley was, oh my goodness, she implemented this because she told me she's very instrumental. From the get-go, she kept saying, Tony, it's the bass. It's the bass. It's the bass. It's the bass. And her willingness and her just continue to push it. Tony, focus on the bass. I promise you, I think, my concern is the bass, the bass, the bass. So our eyes and our spotlight remain on the bass. And once again, we as, her mom and I, we did our little own investigation. We looked at the video. We looked at, we were putting things together on our own, and we came to the conclusion in the beginning that it was the bass. It was the bass. Moving forward, definitely we're moving forward because we want to help others. We definitely want to help others. We know that this whole situation initially started off about Ashanti, but it's bigger than Ashanti now. We still have missing young people. We have people that's coming up missing daily. And this United States, we need to really focus on the things that are important here. Once again, I'm going to always hold accountable everyone that's, from higher up on down. We got to stop focusing on these non-essential things. We got to stop focusing on the fact that a young man wants to kneel down during the national anthem. We got to remember, this young man was paid to entertain. That's his job. He was paid to entertain, But we have people that, what we need to be focusing on is we have folks that come up missing during the national anthem. Are we worrying about that? We worrying about that. My thing is, let's get our priorities straight. Because once again, I will say this: until this hit your front door, until this hit your home, you never know what this is like.
Jumping in here a little later, I cover the federal side of everything. I want to ask, you've obviously, everybody else seems to know your military service. I just wanted to make sure, which military service were you in? What branch?
We both were in the Army. 24 years for myself, retired, and 10 years Army.
And you mentioned the chin seizures.
This is like she missed like 30 for May, 30 for April, first part of May. Her and her daughter, same build. Young lady is 4'11", just like my daughter. She's only 7 pounds heavy. My daughter's 133. This young lady was 140. They found her vehicle, but they haven't found her. Similarly, too close, and then also he Googled this. And my thing was, why would you Google, a missing, and baby, mother and baby? Well, why would you do that? So it just brings to me. My belief is that this is not his first rodeo. This is not his first rodeo. You were too comfortable in how you handle your business. So.
And then there's a remark that is in the papers that everyone can see. So, what was your first taste of blood? What was it? Was that it, or was it something else? That's not a comment you make lightly to someone.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I know that you guys have a lot going on right now. I'm Adrienne, by the way. Nice to meet you. I went to Ashanti's home when we were going to service, and I really appreciate that you It's Rashana Gerald's family. She's a mother who's been missing since January, and she leaves her 3 children behind. Her family is currently taking care of them. There's been some pretty upsetting court documents that have come out. I don't know if you guys are interested in coming back and doing good work, but if you are interested, that family has spoken with you about them. I know that they could use all the help. So I was passed along my info. If you ever want to be connected to that family, when you have your own, I know you're going through a lot right now.
Oh yeah, we're reaching out. We're reaching out to a lot of members. We actually last night, there's a young lady who came up back in 1985, Stephanie, and we've basically been reaching out to her mom. They also have a foundation, and actually they're older now, and they're looking to have someone assist them take over. So yeah, we're definitely once again now that we've changed this is not a
Yeah, I understand. My brother lost his job a couple of years ago. He kind of fell off the map for about 6 months, and we hired a private investigator. Right, it was a very scary time. It turns out he just kind of gone away.
just want to take a place.
Yeah, but you guys have been so inspiring. So thank you so much for being so open. And the community has really just attached themselves to Ashanti, and they care very deeply about what's happened to her. So thank you very much, sir.
Take care.
Thank you. Have a safe drive. Nice to see you. I'll see you soon. Okay.
Kel. Everybody was going on right now. He's about to happen. Good morning, everyone. So we are out here at the FBI office. Yes, you can see. Tony, Billie, and Brandy, Billie, they have just gotten in town. They will be here today to pick up Ashanti's vehicle. Ashanti's vehicle is behind the building. It's covered up right now, but they came down today to pick up the vehicle, and also they have to get more answers from the FBI in regards to Eric Brown that abducted and murdered Ashanti, Billie, going back to September the 18th, 2017. So again, we just want to say thank you, everyone, the community at large, all of the reporters, everyone that has been involved to help this far, to help bring justice for Ashanti. Just please continue to keep the parents lifted up in prayer. As I did state before, they will be driving Ashanti's car actually back home today. So just please keep these people in prayer and safe traveling mercies for them, because I know this is going to be a very, very, very difficult time for them to drive Ashanti's car back home after knowing that this monster drove her car and took her down to Charlotte. It's going to be a hard time to know that Ashanti was in that car and they have to drive it back home. So again, thank you all. We appreciate all of the support and prayers, and we will keep you engaged and informed of everything that is going on as we know it. See you all soon. Thank y'all.